Hi there. Welcome to Bourbon Turntable. This is the show that blends the love of music with the love of whiskey. Tonight, the Bearded Trio is with you. You know, there's a little bit of something special in each of our beards. Amzie has probably Gandalf look going for him. I'm not sure, but that's pretty glorious there, Amzie.
I've been accused of wizardry a few times.
Yeah. Okay, right away, this show could go in a really bad direction. But we're not going to let it do that.
Mm-hmm.
And Mike, yours is, have you trimmed yours back a little bit? I thought it was a little more.
Oh, I trim it all the time.
Yeah,
I trim it all the time. I can't pull off the Amzie.
Yeah.
So I have enough problems snagging this in shirt buttons and everything else. So I regularly cut an inch or more off of it about every week.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
that's quite a feat. Do you donate that to those that can't grow beards?
I just usually throw it at people behind me in a car.
That works too.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Now I've got kind of like the billy goat thing going. I mean, it's just gray right here. It's on the sides. It's not, and I'm not gray here. It's just right here. So it's kind of a billy goat look. So anyway. Enough about beards because that's not really what we're talking about tonight. We've got a really fun, cool show for you. Hopefully you'll enjoy it. I think that we'll have some fun with it. I'm pretty positive we will because we usually do. But before we get into that, I want to tell you about Bar Cart Co-op. Bar Cart Co-op is a collection of friends who produce content for the whiskey enthusiasts. Shows like Distillers Talk with Alan Bishop and Christy Atkinson. Alan and Christy talk with distillers from across the country and around the world about anything and everything in terms of distillation. Alan also has a couple of other shows, One Piece at a Time Distilling Institute. If you're a distiller, you got a question about distilling, ask Alan. Send him a message, he'll post a video response, and we can all learn from your curiosity. If you have ghosts, you have everything is another Alan Bishop joint. Alan will talk with people about the supernatural, the spiritual, UFOs, and Bigfoot, and you name it. You just got to watch the show to see what it's all about. Whiskey in My Wedding Ring with David Levine. David does a podcast with distillers where he'll interview them. He also has a fantastic blog where he will post reviews that you can trust. Reviews you can use. Mike, tell us about My Whiskey Den, since you're here.
So My Whiskey Den focuses on American craft whiskey, although we do dabble in other whiskeys around the world. But the American craft whiskey segment has needed love, and it has gotten some love here of late. But we like the stories of these small distilleries that are producing anything from gin to whiskey, and even we have dabbled in vodka. But there's some really great stories that we like to. There has been some very good vodka, but there's really great stories, and most importantly, it's great people. And the format is it's a conversation after the distillery has closed. And upcoming, we do have. Well, we've been doing a really long series because one of our hosts, Mitch and Morgan, I'd say Mitch has a problem, but Mitch did a road trip when they moved a year ago and bought probably over 100 bottles along the way. And so we've been tasting through the samples from that. He's getting ready to embark on another life-changing road trip, so I can only imagine how many bottles we will get from that. But we do have Liberty Pole coming up. We will have Green River, not American craft, but very good whiskey. And still working through getting Rolling Fork. So, yeah, we've got some good shows coming up.
That's awesome. Good stuff. This show here, if you're watching us right now and envying over our beards, you can subscribe on YouTube so you never miss a single thing. We're also on your favorite podcast platform, as long as it's Apple, Spotify, or Google. And Amzie is like the czar of bourbon on the banks. So Amzie, this is a fantastic event. I've been to several times, and Mike has as well. Really well done. Tell everybody about Bourbon on the Banks.
Well, Bourbon on the Banks is it's a charity-driven festival here in Frankfort, Kentucky. It's on Riverview Park, which is just right upstream from Buffalo Trace. Beautiful setting, right between the flood wall and the Kentucky River. I think this year we have a little over 90 distilleries confirmed
Wow.
at this point. We usually throw in a few breweries and wineries. That way, if someone brings somebody with them who isn't a big fan of distilled spirits, they've got something else to try. Um, we'll have some vendors, but this doesn't turn into a flea market or something like that. We also will only have one purveyor of each type of item. So let's say if we have somebody that does bourbon scented candles, there will be one
Mhm.
person doing that, one person doing bourbon furniture, one person doing bourbon art, etc. Um, but like I said, I think the big thing here is that it's charity driven. We
Mhm.
have one paid employee, the rest of us are all volunteers. I think last year we gave $85,000. That was the
Wow.
fifth year of the festival to some local charities, and our charities tend to be geared towards children and families. Um, we also so it's expanded. I don't know if you guys came the first year or not, but that was kind of the one day. So now we actually start
Mhm.
on Thursday. Um, Couple things going on there. There's the Four Roses pub stroll that actually goes Thursday through Saturday. Um, Go to participating establishments there in Frankfurt, get a little card, get it stamped. I think you
Mhm.
get 5 stamps, and you can enter for a drawing to win a couple tickets to next year's festival.
Cool.
There is Mixology on the River with Heather Wibbles. Um, and that is sponsored by O.H. Ingram, River Aged Spirits.
Mhm.
The kickoff event out at Whiskey Thief, we've done that for a few years. Starts at 6 o'clock Thursday night. Whiskey Thief, if you've been there, it's always a fun time. If you haven't, you need to go. Um, I don't recall what the musical act will be out there, but Walter always gets a great band
Mhm.
lined up for us. Um, then Friday, we've got the food pairing with Peggy No Stevens. There are still some tickets available to that. I think that Mixology on the River is sold out already. Um, we have the VIP reception and rare bourbon auction, which is Friday evening. There are still tickets available to that. So Buffalo Trace donates a lot of bottles to that, antique collection and things like that. Other distilleries do. Whiskey Thief, they've donated a barrel pick a couple times in the past.
Mhm.
We kind of came up with a different idea this year that I think is really cool. They're going to auction off a distill your own mash bill. So you can come up with a mash bill. Probably because of me, they will put some limitations on what that mash bill can be. Um, no, the grains can't get too crazy probably, but so they will distill that, age it for you, and I think they'll give more details. I think you get 8 cases of whatever that is. But then you can
Awesome.
also be there to participate in the cooking the mash while it's distilling and everything else. So that's a great event. While that's going on, there is also Bourbon Street on Broadway, which is a family friendly free event for the community with street performers, food trucks,
Mhm.
live music, people spewing out fire and all that kind of stuff
Right.
on purpose.
Right.
Um,
So
so
there
then,
may be some people spewing
yeah,
out fire at the end of
right,
the day on Saturday,
yeah.
but it'll be a little
Yeah.
different.
So then, Saturday morning, something new is we've got a couple new hotels in downtown Frankfurt, the Ashbrook and then the Delegate Hotel.
Mhm.
Really cool little boutique hotels, and they both have new restaurants. So at the Ashbrook Hotel, it's the Ashbrook, and at the Delegate Hotel is Cypress and Oak. And they're going to have brunch at both of those, with some brunch specials, some cocktails, and things like that from 10 to 2 on Saturday before the actual Bourbon on the Banks Festival. Bourbon on the Banks is mostly sold out. We have a few Twilight tickets left, which get you in the last 2 hours from 4 to 6. And then the the after party this year, sponsored by Goodwood and Benson Valley Distillery, which is a newer distillery in Frankfurt. I think it's going to be a kind of a big deal. They've got Noah Thompson on there, Kentucky native, I believe. He won American Idol in 2022. He's getting a pretty big following, and so we've had people reach out. That is free for anyone who wants to go. People asking what time they can get there to save their spots for the concert. So it should be a fun event as always. If you do come to the auction, any of that, remember we are a charity driven festival, so feel free to spend some money and know that it is going to a good cause. So
fantastic. And people can get more information at
be at bourbononthebanks.org, I believe is what we are.
Okay. Fantastic. Yeah, really great event. Make plans to attend Saturday or Thursday night or any of the events on Fridays. Do brunch on Saturday. I mean, It sounds like this whiskey stroll that Four Roses is doing. It starts Thursday and goes through Saturday. That's a lot of walking and that's a lot of whiskey. I mean, that's 48 hours, something like that. So
yeah, and then
each
of the establishments has their own special cocktail they're trying to showcase.
Cool. So very cool. All right, very exciting stuff, and you do a great job. Everybody on your team does. Probably the best run event, a festival event that I've been to. So make your plans to attend. So
what I would say there, I appreciate that, Kevin, and something else, and I'm sure you both responded to the questionnaire you get after you attend, but we do send out questionnaires to attendees, to vendors, and to our volunteers, and say, what can we do better? Where did we miss? And we try to make the festival better every year for everyone involved.
Yeah. Well, mission accomplished. Good stuff. Looking forward to it this year. Bourbon on the Banks, October 4th.
Yep. So to make it easy, it is the actual Bourbon on the Banks Festival is always the first Saturday in October, which I believe that is the 4th this year.
Yes, it is. Very cool. All right. And Mike, you'll be there?
Yes, sir. With you.
Yes. Oh, it'll be fantastic. So if you're there, look us up, or we'll look you up, whatever. So
don't be intimidated by the gathering of the beards. If you happen to stumble upon that.
Not everyone can, pull off glory.
Right. I feel like Mike could do a lot better if he would cut that vodka out. His would probably flourish.
Well, yes.
Well, the vodka, one in particular that I'm talking about is actually a vodka distilled from the what is left over from the cheese making process, which that would be right. See, the husband is a cheesemaker and the wife is a distiller. She makes gin.
That sounds like an insult from Monty Python and the Holy Grail.
No. It's, and actually, that's what our friend Mitch is going to. It's the first in the United States, I think. He's going to be distilling at an ethanol plant that is using the byproduct from milk. That is a thing with a place in Canada that's doing it too. So he was like, after talking with the people from Knowlton House and stuff, he was very intrigued, and they were like, "How have you heard of a process like this?" And he's like, "Well, let me tell you." So yeah,
very cool. Very cool.
Sounds gross, but I would try it.
Yeah. All right. Let's talk about some. We're talking about song lyrics that are either bad, odd, goofy, unusual. It's kind of a wide path that we can go down here. So I've asked each of the guys here to come up with some songs of their own, but we're going to start out with Jack and Diane by John Cougar.
Oh, dear God.
And the classic lyric is Suggin on a chili dog outside a Tasty Freeze. And so one of the assignments, and I completed the assignment, but not everybody did, was to bring a chili dog. So here's to a chili dog.
I made a taco dog, and I told you why. It's because I will not abide John Cougar's wishes.
What's a taco dog? It's a
taco
dog. Vodka takes you down a slippery slope.
It is a Nathan's all beef hot dog with queso fresco.
Oh man! All right, so let me ask you guys this: have you ever been to a Tasty Freeze?
No.
So I think isn't there actually a Tasty Freeze in Seymour, Indiana? John Mellencamp's hometown.
I don't think so.
There's a something freeze there that I've been to. It might not be a Tasty Freeze. Maybe they made him change the name.
There aren't very many anymore.
And maybe it used to be a Tasty Freeze and they didn't pay their franchise fee or something like that.
Yeah, they actually declared bankruptcy at some point, and then got bought out by, I think it's the Wiener Schnitzel company. So I think the Tasty Freeze locations are now limited to, I think, a few in Florida, Illinois, maybe even like Alaska, North Dakota, oddball places. But when I was a kid, we had a Tasty Freeze in my hometown. Did not suck on a chili dog outside of Tasty Freeze. But okay, so apart from the nonsense lyric, any thoughts on the actual song Jack and Diane, which was on John Cougar, not John Cougar Mellencamp, not John Mellencamp, John Cougar's 1982 album, American Fool. And it was #1 in the charts for 4 weeks in 1982. Any thoughts on the song, the album, or Johnny Cougs as an artist?
Just simply a beautiful, beautiful story of growing up in Indiana. That's life in Indiana right there.
Yep.
Just get a chili dog, go out behind the Tasty Freeze, sug on it for a little bit,
Dribble off those Bobby Rooks. Yeah, let me do that, please. Yep. Mike, I know you're a fan.
It is, and I think Amzie put it really well. I thought it was a good folksy rock song, but I could go the rest of my life without hearing it again because I've heard it a lot.
A lot of people have heard it a lot. 484 million plays on Spotify.
Yeah,
that's a lot.
So
I think
John's made like 26 cents from that then.
Oh man. But I like the song. I like John Cougar's early stuff. I think the next album was in 83, and he started going by John Cougar Mellencamp. And probably 7 or 8 years later, he just dropped the Cougar altogether. And I think he grimaced at anyone that dare utter Cougar in his presence.
Yeah, I don't. That's weird. I mean, you're changing yourself a couple of times. You have to allow for people who are just not going to remember that when they know you by a certain name.
Sure. And
I grew up in Indiana. I do like his music. When I go back to the Indy 500 every year, I've got to put it on, Coog's greatest hits. But so I lived in Bloomington for some time too, and he actually lived not far away, and would frequently see him on the road. And a lot of people that I knew that had run-ins with him, I think it didn't matter what you uttered in his general direction. He wasn't always the most pleasant person. Now maybe it's like, hey, he felt like it was his hometown and he didn't want to be bothered there. Because I do know some people that had pleasant run-ins with him. A friend of ours, years ago, she was at one of the grocery stores there, either Kroger or Marsh, and she was looking at Hamburger Helper. And the guy next to her says, "This stuff any good?" She looks over. It's John Mellencamp. And he said one night a week, he cooked dinner for his sons, I think. And So, so that was a pleasant run in, but sometimes like if people would ask for an autograph or something, it usually didn't go well.
No. And even people that pay, hundreds of dollars to attend his concerts, that doesn't always go well either. He'll yell at people in the audience if he doesn't think they're paying close enough attention. He'll storm off the stage, and do
you think anyone has ever asked him to sign a chili dog? Maybe that's the problem. Maybe that's what he's been waiting for.
Here's another fun fact. There is a Suggin on a chili dog beer, and so I've not tried it. I'm not exactly sure where to get it, but doing some research.
Okay, what makes it that? I mean, when you're drinking
it,
you get a bean in one of your sips. I mean, because
I don't know,
kind of gross.
Well, now we're getting to something different altogether. I mean, you put beans and chili on a chili dog.
Mm-hmm.
No.
I mean, if real Texas chili does not have beans in it, so
right.
Well, that's just meat. That's just meat stew, then, right?
Well, yeah. Well, yeah, sure. Well, but okay, but so if you're in Cincinnati with it, you got to have spaghetti and chili on your hot dog. No,
certainly. So if you're hungover, yes.
So back to Cougs though. Hoosier chili should have some sort of pasta in it. So I think spaghetti being the superior pasta. Some people put macaroni, and that's terrible. Falls apart.
That's Hamburger Helper.
Right. Yeah. We're back to Hamburger Helper.
Mm-hmm.
We've gone all around that. So anyway, this is the lyric of all lyrics that is just, what is he talking about? That is not how one consumes a chili dog that I've ever seen. Yeah. So
I think there's a Facebook page, right, called Suggin on a Chili Dog.
There's probably a Twitter account too.
There's a lot of things, I'm sure. If there's not, we can start it.
It's probably an Urban Dictionary also, and I do not want to look that up because I'm really afraid of what will happen.
What you might find, yes.
Well, it's always a rabbit hole. But he has written better lyrics. And as you mentioned, American Fool, great album. Mm-hmm. I remember Lonesome Jubilee came out. It was just it kind of fit the 80s, and it was good and it was fun. Didn't like every song that was on it, but it was good. But I'll just say my all-time favorite song of his is "I Need a Lover." I love the way it builds. I like how it comes up.
Very early stuff. Yeah.
Very early song. But I've heard same thing you have, Amzie, of a couple people who have met him in person, and he was not friendly.
No, I will say one time we were driving past his house, and he was pulling out of his driveway. It's a gated driveway, and he's on some kind of like custom like chopper, like just looks cool, cigarette hanging out of his mouth, and we waved, and we actually got a little nod from him, and that was made me feel just a little bit cooler when that happened.
Yeah, that's quite special. He probably appreciated the beard.
Yeah, well, I didn't have the beard then. It's
like, wow.
He was like, look, that little baby driving.
Yeah, I bet that driver appreciates a chili dog.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Now the thing would be is if you could get front row tickets to a John Cougar Mellencamp or John Mellencamp or whatever his name is, get front row tickets to one of his concerts, smuggle in a chili dog.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not saying you like throw it at him or anything, but you just sit there during the concert munching on the chili dog.
Yeah,
that'd be
awesome. Then when you finish that one, you pull out a second one.
Oh, that would be so much fun.
It'd be like Ozzy with the bat at Veterans Auditorium.
Or you've got one and you pull another one out and offer it to him.
That's right.
That's how you get escorted out, and the show ends and everybody's mad. So, all right. So we're going to talk about some other songs that are odd, unusual, bad lyrics, whatever the case may be. So Mike, what do you got? You got one?
I've got one, and you probably the band, but the lyric, I was looking it up. The line in the middle is, "Yet I'm unknown like writers of unauthored books." And then the next was, and if I come cop a squat, it's your office spot. And that's from a band called the Funk Hunters. Well, the Funk Hunters with Charlie Tuna.
Yeah. Okay, so now you've got to tell that story.
Yeah, our friend Patrick. I won't say he was ill prepared. He wasn't prepared. We were just discussing new music. That was all it was new music, and he didn't bother to look anything up. And then he just decided to, right before the show started with Kevin, to look something up. And he's like, "Oh, I'm really into these guys. It sound really good." And it was this band, the Funk Hunters. And then so Kevin pulls up their picture and he says, "They look like I would hate them." But then we actually started to listen to their songs. It's like, no, they're not good. It's like, Pat, do you like these? Well, no, I just thought they looked good. So anyway, so it's been a running thing.
So you're starting us out with the Funk Hunters. Oh my!
But
gosh.
are you surprised at how bad the lyrics are?
No, not at all.
See.
What's the name of that song, or do you know?
It is called "Get Involved."
Oh, okay, well, it's a song about citizenship and
Sure,
being a good American. I
just kind of want to chase my way vodka with some of that Suggin on a chili dog beer while listening to the
Funk Hunters.
What are they? The Funk Hunters?
the Funk Hunters.
Yes.
Yeah.
And Charlie Tuna.
Yeah. Have you ever heard of the Funk Hunters, Amzie?
No, I have not. But I'm guessing with Charlie Tuna.
Charlie,
Right?
CHALI.
Yeah.
The number 2, nah.
I'm guessing Charlie Tuna makes all the difference. You know?
Yeah. Well,
Yeah,
now you got something else to listen to driving to Indy 500 next year.
Yeah, right.
That's right.
Mix in a playlist with that and some Cougs, and you're good.
Yeah.
All right. I have to say I don't know. Get Involved by the Funk Hunters with Charlie Tuna. But
you'll have to add that to the playlist for the show.
Absolutely, without a doubt. Amzie, you got anything?
I do. And, it's almost not a specific lyric or song, although I will give an example or two. But I think the master of weird, senseless lyrics, but they're great, would be Beck.
Okay.
So, and one that I've always loved, and it's just I somehow visualize it when the song starts. So the song Lord Only Knows starts with "You've only got one finger left," and it's pointing at the door. I don't know why I love that lyric. I always have. The other one would be from a song of his called Fume, which was on, I think, the Loser EP. And at least the urban legend about it is that he read this article about some guys that got a can of nitrous. They went in their truck, they opened up the nitrous, but they had the windows rolled up, and that they actually passed away from asphyxiation because of that. And so some of the lyrics in there are about, we got a can of nitrous, we rolled the windows up, now we're breathing deeply. But then when it goes into smoking broken pencils and beating up kids, talking to the devil and drinking a Coke, now we're totally rocking. Yeah, totally rocking. I like that one too. So,
yep.
Yeah.
Sounds like a real upbeat, feel good hit of the summer.
Now he's also got a song called Ozzy, which I think for some reason I mentioned to Alan Bishop a while back when Ozzy came up on something. And 90% of the words used in that song are Ozzy. It just kind of says Ozzy over and over again on the bunch. So, yeah.
Well, okay. Yep. Beck is unusual. That's for sure. And I think there are a few artists that you could probably say, okay, everything they ever wrote, we could probably talk about. And Beck would be one of those.
Slap a turkey neck? It's hanging from a pigeon wing or something like that. I mean, there's just all kinds of great lyrics there.
Yeah. Mike, are you a Beck fan?
I do like Beck, and I like because there's an absurdity to it. but also it's very serious and I think very clever how he does his phrasing, and the music's always fun. But yeah, no, I do. I like him just because it's kind of like, wait, what?
Yeah. I mean,
I'm
like
not. His last few albums, I feel like they've kind of, they haven't been my favorite. Like it started with, I think it was like Sea Change, maybe. I don't know if that was the album or the song, but that and kind of everything after it.
Sea Change is kind of dreamy.
Yeah, and I feel like a lot of them have been like that since then. So,
well, I just looked it up. Sea Change was in 2002, so that's been a while.
Yeah.
I'm not a big fan that I would be able to sit here and tell you all the albums and songs, but yeah, I know a few here and there, and they're interesting. They're definitely unique and creative, and pretty odd. Okay, I'm going to throw one out to you, and it's a song that I think that you'll probably know, and probably everybody in the audience will know, and that's "Wake Me Up" by George Michael. Wake me up before you go. Don't leave me hanging on like a yo-yo. And then the whole thing starts out with jitterbug. Okay. And it does it again. Jitterbug. And then it does it 2 more times. That's a terrible song lyric. I mean, I like George Michael. I think he's got a great voice, and there's some of his songs that I like. And but this is still in the Wham age, but George Michael wrote it, and it's terrible. It's terrible. Anybody a fan? George Michael? Anybody have thoughts on this song?
I like George Michael, but I have good memories of that song because I was in art school, and we all had our little cubicles we worked with, and there was these guys, they would poke their heads up from the cubicle and go jitterbug, and then another one to do it from the other side. So yeah, that always makes me smile.
Yeah, it's I guess I've never really thought about it that much, but yeah, especially the jitterbug. What's it doing in there?
Waking him up.
Yeah.
There's another line. It's like, I think it says jitterbug into my heart. Okay.
Imagine just he's trying to write those lyrics and like jitterbug. That's it. Like,
yeah. Well, didn't it bang bang into his brain too?
Yes. I think that's right. Yeah. And I'll pick on you a little bit more with Careless Whisper. It's I'm never gonna dance again. Guilty feet have got no rhythm. Pardon? What did your feet do so that they're guilty? And why does that prevent them from having rhythm and being able to dance?
They whispered carelessly.
Apparently. But again, very, very talented guy. But those 2 songs are kind of a dud for me. Yep. All right, Mike, what else you got?
My worst, not my worst offender, but a song that I have never been able to stand is Toto Africa, with the overly wordy lyrics. Overly wordy lyrics drive me crazy because there's people who can do it and they can do wordplay cleverly, like break a syllable up and make something happen. And some of them, Beck has done it. Eminem's really good at it, changing stuff up and making things rhyme that shouldn't rhyme or make things go together. Yeah. But when you really should be taking a breath in the middle of a lyric, it's as sure as the Kilimanjaro rises like Olympus above the Serengeti, but it's also not the Serengeti; it's the Serengeti. And it's like they're going, "Oh God," it's such an awkward, stupid lyric.
So it's funny. Like when I got my new truck a couple years ago, finally had satellite radio, and mostly stays on the 80s channel, although sometimes I'll throw in some 90s. And Azalea, our daughter, she just hates it, and especially every time Africa comes on and I just crank it up, she's like, "This song's the worst." So when you said that, it kind of made me laugh.
Yeah, I like Toto, but this song is it's just overdone lyrically. Musically, I think it's great. Production value is extremely high, but I don't know if they just done some really weird drugs or what was going on. But yeah,
it's like it's too wordy, but it's like we want to say something and we have to say this and we have to get this out. I mean, almost like it's what do you want to say, a star-laden ballad, fundraiser for something, it's like, oh, we have to get all these words out. It's a very, very wordy song.
Yes. It's tough to sing along with. I mean, I can sing. You can sing along with "Wake Me Up Before You Go" and going jitterbug, but it's tough to sing along with "Africa" by Toto because there are so many words and it's easy to get them wrong.
You can't take a breath.
Serengeti. That's why it
beautiful,
goes, right?
Beautiful.
Yeah, thank you. If you need an additional performer at Bourbon on the Banks, I can come help you out.
Yeah,
it'd be just like that. Serengeti. Yeah, so.
That's like that.
I already wrote that down. I'm like, how much can we free up to get Kevin there to sing? What's it going to cost? Kevin, we have to make it happen.
Kevin, and then that band, that absolutely genius band that sang Jack and Diane, but all they sang is Suggin on Chili Dogs the whole time. That is beautiful. That is so smart and just beautiful. All they sing.
Oh wow!
I mean, that's what everybody shows up for,
Yeah, so we could do that.
Give them what they want.
I bet Walter would let us do that on Thursday night. I bet he would. If he got to join us.
It might increase the drinking.
Does Walter have the beard game to hang, though?
No.
A little bit of beard there.
A little beard.
A little bit.
No. He'd be more of a roadie.
Amzie, what else do you have, sir? Give us another.
It's funny, and I kind of forgot to look up the lyrics exactly, but a friend of mine, years ago, we were tour guides together down at Wyandotte Cave. And he had this tape, like we did. And
like we did.
And there was this song, and I felt like it had English, it had Spanish in it. And at some point, I'll never forget, the guy just calls this girl a skeezer, and she says, "I ain't no skeezer." And I always love that. I don't know what a skeezer is, really. But the singer of that was Mellow Man Ace. And the song was Menta Rosa. I remember that. Menta Rosa by Mellow Man Ace. Which, it's a good name.
It is a good name. I'm just looking that up. That's it's multilingual. Yeah, wow. You probably learned 4 or 5 different languages just listening to this song. And Skeezer was part of this song?
Yeah. I was trying to search for it too.
Oh,
it's got a lot of lyrics in various languages.
The girl says about me, and then Mello says, "You're nothing but a skeezer." And the girl says, "A skeezer? Don't be calling me no skeezer."
Yeah.
And then Mello goes into some other language. It looks like Spanish. And then she responds in Spanish. Wow. Yeah. That's pretty,
the great lyricist Mellow Man Ace was a
Mellow Man Ace. Okay.
Now then, what about like the lyrics that are like that nobody knows what they're saying?
Like most of the REM songs in the
I was going to say like the
Louie
wrapped up like a douche in the running of the some of
exactly.
Those.
Yeah, Manfred Mann, blinded by the light. I always thought it was dressed up like a douche, another runner in the light.
I always thought it was wrapped up, and I'm like, I don't know.
But it's not.
Yeah, it's revved up.
Revved up like a deuce, which is supposed to be referring to a car, not
sucking on too many chili dogs.
No, it's not. But yes, that is one that is, that's called a chronic lyricosis when you don't know the correct lyrics. And that was one that always baffled me. and until we got the internet and I could look it up. Okay, this is going way back. MacArthur Park. Okay, because when I was thinking about this, I thought, oh yeah, because that's the one that talks about they left her cake out in the rain, and then so I looked up the lyrics to make sure. We want to be accurate on this show. Okay,
Yes.
We're not messing around. And then I was just reading through and I'm like, this is all hot garbage. And it starts before you get to the leaving the cake out in the rain. It says, between the parted pages we were pressed in love's hot fevered iron, like a striped pair of pants. I didn't know that's what it said, but it did. Then it goes, MacArthur Park is melting in the dark, all the sweet green icing flowing down. Someone left my cake out in the rain. I don't think that I could take it because it took too long to bake it, and I'll never have that recipe again. That's just horrible.
And it was a hit.
It was a hit. Twice. Richard Harris did it, and then Donna Summer did it.
I mean, if you can make that into a good song, I mean, it's just, maybe it's brilliant.
What kind of cake goes with a chili dog, I guess? We won't know because somebody left it out in the rain and they don't have that recipe anymore. It's terrible.
Corn cake.
Mike,
cornbread kind of something with your chili dog.
With your, that would be pretty good. How about a cornbread bun with the chili dog? I think we're onto something here.
I hope Ben and Jerry's isn't listening. They're going to steal our ideas here.
I'm thinking if you got room for another food truck at Bourbon on the Banks, because
that's probably been done, but
we're about to get rich.
Just chili dogs and whiskey.
Yeah.
Oh man, Mike, what else you have?
The song, and when I thought of it, it put it back in my head, and the whole song drives me crazy. Escape, the Pina Colada song.
Yes.
And it's not just the bad lyrics. It's the drone of the singing, but it is the incessant rhythm that repeats itself over and over again. And people went crazy for the song. It's really bad. And I remember the song coming on and me saying, I can't stand this song. And my wife, because it's the only time the conversation came up, because it's not like this is one of those things you work out before you get together. But right. She's like, I don't like this song either. The whole song is like, oh my God, you were going to cheat on me. I was going to cheat on you. Isn't that hilarious?
Yeah.
And then let's go back and go be together. But it is just, the lyrics are horrible and the rhythm is horrible. Just the music. It's an all around, it's all around crap.
Yeah. Yeah. You like pina coladas and getting caught in the rain, like that girl's cake.
Yeah.
No, the Escape, the Pina Colada song by Rupert Holmes is one of the 3 worst songs of all time. Period. In a sense.
So have you ever seen that movie? I think it was it was Broken Lizard's Club Dread.
Yes.
You know where I'm going with this one? Do you remember Bill Paxton's character, Coconut Pete or whatever? And it said Jimmy Buffett stole his idea because he had the song first, which was Pina Colada Berg. And then, Jimmy Buffett stole it and made Margaritaville. So, yeah.
Now you say that, I could have thrown in quite a bit of Jimmy Buffett once in this list too. But
yes.
But you get the wrath of the parrot heads.
Oh, yeah. Well, they can go suck a chili dog. No, that's a good one. That the whole song is just terrible. Make sure I get some of these lyrics right. I don't want to misquote this song. But you're right that the whole theme of it is I was going to cheat on you and you were going to cheat on me, and we got together. Which this is very possible in today's age of Tinder and whatever else apps are out there.
Yeah.
I know a lot about those, but anyway. Amzie, you got another?
No, I'm just reading the lyrics for Pina Colada Berg over here. Some good ones in there. How about this? Got a tropical treat sucked straight from the coconut's teat. When mixed just right, it makes your short hairs grow. Let's see. Okay. Yeah, trying to get where it actually says Pina Colada Berg somewhere. No, that's good. Yeah, you got to look that one up. If you haven't seen it, go watch the movie.
Yeah. What else you have?
I gotta think. Give me a minute. It has to be country music. How about that?
Sure.
Like, I don't even know what some of the songs are, but like the one where she thinks my tractor's sexy.
Yes.
And it could be the same song or a different one I heard one time on the radio. And it was something like she looks good in her camouflage was actually one of the lyrics. But it's like, we talk about some of these lyrics where it's weird lyrics, but yet it actually sounds good. But what about in that case when it's terrible lyrics and it still sounds terrible?
Because it's written as pandering.
Yeah.
That's 100% what it is. It's done, and it probably has the way that the rhythm of the lyrics and the music has that mathematical rhythm that automatically makes people do this, and then next thing you know, they're dancing to it.
Yeah.
It's the problem. The biggest problem with "She Thinks My Tractor's Sexy" is it's completely devoid of innuendo. I mean, like Spinal Tap had "Sex Farm." Okay.
What was that about?
It was about working on a sex farm and plowing through your bean field, getting out my pitchfork, poking your hay. And that's right off the top of my head. Didn't have to look that up at all. But she thinks my tractor's sexy. It really turns her on. She's always staring at me while I'm chugging along. I mean, I don't think that is. And she says she likes the way it's pulling while we're tilling up the land. She's even kind of crazy about my farmer's tan. She's the only one who really understands what gets me. She thinks my tractor's sexy. So there you go. That's a pretty bad song.
It suggests it. I'm trying to remember I think it's the movie. I think it's Role Models. It's Sean William Scott and Paul Rudd, and he's trying to convince his kid how good Kiss is, and he's like telling the Kiss lyrics to Love Gun, and the kid's just like, I don't get it, and he's like, it's about sex, man. But he doesn't say sex, and the kid's just like, oh, okay. Yeah.
Oh man. Horse with No Name by America.
That's on my list too.
In the desert, you can remember your name because there ain't no one for to give you no pain. Apparently they're trying to just cram in some syllables here, and there were double negatives in here? I don't know, but
they were on drugs though.
It's lousy.
Lousy. People spoke differently back in the olden days.
Back in the olden days. Yeah.
But that song, because that's on my list too. The lyric that I've got is, there were plants and rocks and birds and things.
Tell me about the things.
It's like a writing assignment when 4-year-olds are learning to write things down. Please describe what you saw outside. Oh, there were plants and rocks and birds and things.
Okay, this is the world's worst Mad Lib.
Yeah. By some really great musicians and songwriters.
Yes. Yeah. What a thing, and then you get the end. It's just a thing, plant, a thing, and rocks and birds and a thing, things. Okay, you're really bad at this. So, America. Anybody an America fan? Not the country. I know we're all fans of this great nation, but the band America. feel like
I
they
mean-
kind of hijacked the name of the country and ruined it for everybody.
I mean, the members of the band, definitely, yes.
Hmm. I mean, Europe,
You know,
they
it's like,
kind
yeah,
of spoiled a whole continent, but yeah.
You know, it's like you start. It's the gateway. You start with Chicago, Boston, and then America, then Europe. You know, it's just a
Right. Asia.
easy way to try and get some fans. You know.
Yeah. Yeah. Everybody's going to love us because we're named after your city or country or continent.
Yep.
Rare earth. You know, I don't know. Anyway. Mike, got any others?
Yeah. I mean, it's kind of low hanging fruit for me, but basically anything from the Black Eyed Peas, but specifically, I Got a Feeling.
Mm-hmm.
And I was talking to my oldest about this and said, yeah, it's Black Eyed Peas stuff. And I said, I hate that I had to learn so much. She goes, yeah, I remember I had all those on my iPod. Yeah, I remember that too. But I Got a Feeling I cannot stand that song.
Yeah.
Because it's just, they get to the point like, let's just name the days of the week. And it's done again in that rhythm that everyone's just like, okay. And they all start bouncing to it. And it's just, he's just saying the days of the week, you guys.
Right.
He's not coming up with anything unique, you know. And it's not, I don't know who wrote it. It might have been poor Apple Dap or whatever his name is, but yeah, no, that and My Humps are probably my two worst, because she can't sing. No, she is not. She was not the singer, and I know she was not the original lady member of the band who actually was talented. But no, it's just that whole everything of theirs. But yeah, I Got a Feeling is horrible.
Yeah. Worst Super Bowl halftime show ever, maybe.
Oh yeah, probably.
Yeah, it was very.
I got a feeling if we name the best Super Bowl show or the best three, I bet we would match on 2 out of 3 of those.
Okay. Well, I mean,
I just have to try to remember some Super Bowl shows.
Yeah, Prince.
Prince is probably, I think it's the best halftime show that's ever happened.
Yeah. I'm not necessarily a big fan, but I thought Lady Gaga was very good.
Yeah. She's always good. She brings it.
Yeah. U2's show was good, I think, mostly because it was just after 9/11.
Yeah.
That was pretty
timing.
moving. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Michael Jackson's was probably also
yes,
pretty hard to beat.
Yeah.
So,
but Prince is one with a star, arrow, all goodness.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a long way to second.
Dancing in heels in the rain on a slick surface and playing Purple Rain in the rain.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
I mean, it was pretty hard to beat.
Yeah. We could probably dig into some Prince lyrics and find some that could fit in this category too, but we're not going to do that.
But I think his I don't think would be necessarily poor. They would just maybe be in poor taste.
Mildly pornographic.
Mildly, yeah. And if you also took some of the lyrics, how they would write them out, and instead of actually using words, he would it would predecessor to texting via the old school way. But that's how a lot of his lyrics are written up. But
Amzie, you got anything else?
I was like, and it's funny because I think the first time, I think when I heard the song, and actually maybe the only version I've ever heard was Doug Supernaw and the Possum Eating Cowboys. I don't even know what the song is called, but it's I was drunk the day my mom got out of prison. That song. Like, have you heard that?
It's not ringing a bell.
I was drunk the day my mom got out of prison, and I went to pick her up in the rain. But before I could get to the station in my pickup truck, she got run over by a damned old train. Yeah.
Okay.
That's almost a Bubby Wade.
Yeah. So I think though, like, I don't know if he wrote it, but like I said, Doug Supernaw and the Possum Eating Cowboys. I remember that name.
Well, how could you not?
No.
Wow.
Yeah. But it might have been like a cover or something like that.
I don't know that one.
And he had the appropriate amount of twang as he sang it too,
It was a Julio Iglesias cover.
Doug Super no longer with us, by the way. So, yeah,
sad times.
Yeah.
Was it a train?
It was not. It was not.
Yeah, it was all the possum. It turns out.
That would be hilarious
Yeah.
to read that in the obituary.
Yeah.
Turns out possum not good for you.
Yeah, high in cholesterol. Who knew?
Yeah. Are you familiar with the song "Blurred Lines" by Robin Thicke and Pharrell, the guy with the hat? Not the man in yellow hat on the Curious George books, but Pharrell with the hat. Blurred Lines, which was a complete ripoff of Marvin Gaye's "Got to Give It Up," but one line it says, "You want to hug me? Hey, 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 hey. What rhymes with hug me? Hey, 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 hey." Well, as it turns out, several things can rhyme with hug me. I mean, you could go slug me, dug me, bug me, snugly. So,
if it was a chili dog singing this song, exactly.
Yes. Yeah. So it's a terrible song. The music video is something to behold, but the song itself is just garbage. So it's sad to say. Robin Thicke, son of Alan Thicke from Growing Pains. So,
All right, so I brought up the Pina Colada Berg. I'm gonna have to go with another fictitious movie musician, which would be Pootie Tang. Like in some of his famous songs, like "Sign Your Pity on the Runny Kind." And have you seen that movie? Have y'all seen that one?
No, I have not seen that.
It's been a long time though. Yeah.
Oh my
gosh. Who's in that? Chris Rock's in it.
Chris Rock,
right?
and
Louis C.K. is part of it.
JB Smoove, Wanda Sykes, Lance Crowther is actually Pootie Tang. Yeah. So
no, that's great. And then his the big hit that he had, which was that song.
Yeah.
Where he was so great that he didn't even have to use words or sound, and like no, that's classic.
Well, if we're gonna go fictitious musicians, Randy Watson and Sexual Chocolate. It's hard to beat that.
And Dewey Cox. The entire writings of Dewey Cox.
That's awesome. No, I have not seen Pootie Tang. They found it on the web. That Pootie Tang was actually written and directed by Louis C.K. And it was adapted from a sketch that first appeared on the Chris Rock Show. So there you go.
No, that is a classic movie. Just
now I've got something to do the rest of the evening.
Wadata. Because that was it. So Pootie Tang, the whole thing is that everything he says, it doesn't make sense. Like nobody can understand any of his words, but he's a great role model for children.
It is a 27% on Rotten Tomatoes.
70% of people don't know what they're talking about.
Others are not as enthused as you are, Amzie.
No, the public service announcement in there. And Pootie Tang says, "Don't use drugs because you're okay."
That's pretty good. That's a good message. That's a good message. All right, Mike, you got anything else?
No, I have. There's a lot.
Yeah. Well, we could do this all night, but we're not going to.
No, I mean, I'll throw two out real quick. Billy Joel, "We Didn't Start the Fire," the entire song.
The entire song.
And Starship, "We Built This City."
Yes, absolutely. Knee deep in the hoopla. The worst song of all time.
Almost ruining their whole legacy.
Yeah.
If not for the fact they changed their name repeatedly.
Yeah. Yeah,
You're
it
not
was
okay
bad.
with building a city on rock and roll?
Not their type of rock and roll.
Marconi played the
Mamba. Listen to the radio, Kevin. Don't you remember?
We built this city. We
Oh,
built
I
this
hate that
city on rock and roll.
Yeah.
It's terrible.
It's
terrible.
Yeah.
So I had no idea who they were, but when I was a kid, I was at Six Flags over Georgia. I had some relatives that lived down there, and Dad and I think my cousins were going to ride a roller coaster there. I think it was called the Mindbender or something like that. It was going to be in the front car actually, and I think Starship was like playing some kind of concert there, and so somebody comes in like, "Oh, we need you all to move back a few cars," and some of their people rode in front of us, but I have no idea who they were. And it was a long time ago, so it's probably 1980 or something like that, 81.
If you'd pushed them out of the roller coaster, then we would never had to hear we built the city on rock and roll.
Yeah.
You had your chance. That's
It's
like going back in time to kill baby Hitler.
Kill baby Hitler, yes. Oh, man. All right. I want to throw out one more, and then we'll kind of wrap it up. Unless, I'll give you guys a chance to throw something else in there. And this is just because it's inaccurate. Okay, it is factually inaccurate. It's meteorologically inaccurate, and that's in the song "Dreams," where Stevie Nicks sings, "Thunder only happens when it's raining." How does quality control let that get out? Anybody that's ever heard thunder,
I know the answer to that.
It can happen when it is not raining. And okay, Mike, let's hear what the answer
I'm going to pour another pour here while we're doing that. But also, I'm pretty sure quality control, much like Stevie herself, lots of cocaine.
Yes, the stories of her cocaine use are legendary and grotesque.
Yeah,
but yeah, Fleetwood Mac fan? Anybody?
Yeah, it's one of those, it's on the radio. Usually we'll turn it up a little bit.
I like what they don't play on the radio, which is old Fleetwood Mac.
Yeah,
probably more. But man, the whole talk about monetizing two people's breakup. Some good music came out of that though.
Over and over.
And Lindsey Buckingham's a stud. Stud guitar player. I'll put it that way.
Yeah. I think that a lot of people would not that say I love Fleetwood Mac. They have no idea who Peter Green is.
And that's a shame.
And you go back and you play some of that stuff. They're like, that's not Fleetwood Mac. Yes, it is. But anyway, Peter Green went nuts, and here we are.
Yeah.
But Fleetwood Mac's fine. I kind of got sick of that "Don't Stop Thinking About Tomorrow" song back during the Clinton Gore years, but what are you going to do? All right. Any others that you're just itching to get out here? Because this is literally an unending treasure trove.
Well, one line, the song that always drove me crazy was the Band-Aid "Heal the World."
Yes.
Well, tonight, thank God it's them instead of you.
Yes.
Which, it's like, wow. Okay.
Yes.
Also, not a good song. It's really not a good song.
No.
But the entirety of Beach Boys' "Kokomo."
Yeah. The other of the three worst songs of all time.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we hit the trifecta tonight.
So people from Indiana like that one because there is a town called Kokomo in Indiana.
Yes, there is.
Which I don't think that's what they were singing about.
No, but I dare say the Beach Boys have never been to Kokomo. At least not on purpose. Bus may have broke down there, but
or they're toured as Beach Boys and it was only Mike Love. And then,
Mike loves Beach Boys.
Yeah.
An interesting thing about the satellite radio is it tells you, the song, the band, what year it came out usually.
Yeah.
And a lot of these I'm like, oh, this song. And I'm like, I have no idea who that person is, who that band is, whatever, you know.
Hmm.
And also songs that I haven't heard since 1980 or 82 or something, you
Mhm.
know,
Yeah.
like Sunglasses at Night, you know.
Oh, Corey Hart.
Is it
Yeah.
Corey Hart? Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, like I'm like, oh, I remember this song, but then you're like, it's kind of a weird song because
Uh,
it, and yeah, like I don't know.
There's I was working in a place that had a corporately driven playlist where it's done centrally by somewhere else, and I don't know who did what. I have no idea, but they had in the span of about, well, it was less than an hour. I heard 2 Billy Squire songs,
yeah.
which
Mhm.
brought me joy. I like Billy Squire a lot, and it had Billy Squire, and then there was Led Zeppelin, and something else. And usually it's pop music that plays.
Hmm.
That you go in there, it's like, all right, poppy stuff, or someone's remake of something else. But someone's nephew got a hold of the controls or something. I have no idea. But for a good hour or two that I was there, they had some pretty good music, and I was very happy that somebody
Mhm.
played something decent instead of old time rock and roll.
Hmm.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
You know, another song that I hear on there quite a bit that I love is and I can go back to like the memories of this song. Um Dire Straits' Money for Nothing.
yeah.
So in elementary school, my gym teacher would occasionally break out that record, and it was probably new when it came out. And I don't know, that usually meant we were about to get crazy in gym class when Money for Nothing came out.
Very iconic opening too.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Sting snuck that in there so he could get royalties off those lyrics. Okay, here's one classic rock song, "Dancing Days" by Led Zeppelin.
Yeah.
I saw a lion; he was standing alone with a tadpole in a jar. So, yeah, I don't know what that means, other than somebody's, experimenting with acid. I guess I don't know. But you could go down that whole drug infused or drug inspired music, I Am the Walrus,
Yeah,
yeah.
there's a few.
Yeah.
I have one classic song, one that's always it's one once the light went off and I was like, oh, then because it's a song that we all know and I'd say everybody really likes. I can't imagine anyone who says I can't stand the artist for one.
Mhm.
Jailhouse Rock.
Yeah.
Number 7 said to number 3, "You're the cutest jailbird I ever did see. Sure would be delighted with your company. Come on and do the Jailhouse Rock with me."
Yes.
Like, whoa. How'd that get through in the 50s?
Well, I don't know. They were too busy watching Elvis shake his hips
I guess,
to
but
pay attention to the lyrics.
All the gyrations and their
Yeah.
vision blurred. They were all shook up.
he's got the devil's
Yeah.
moves.
Yeah. Jesse's Girl by Rick Springfield. It's the only popular music song I'm aware of with the proper use of the word moot. I want to tell her that I love her, but the point is probably moot. I don't know of any other usages of moot in a popular music song. Are you aware of any? Yeah. Have you seen the skit that's floating around the internet?
That's what I was thinking of.
Yeah, where Rick Springfield is like, "Okay, guys, here's this song," and it turns out that Jesse is the drummer in the band. It's very funny. If you haven't seen it, just Google it, or YouTube it, or whatever you do. All right, we could do this. Literally, could do this all night, but we won't do that. I think we've made our point. Sometimes the bad lyrics are they're just bad songs, and sometimes the nonsense lyrics are from songs that we know and love. And there's a lot that's probably somewhere in between. But you know,
And sometimes the nonsense lyrics are just Indiana.
yeah,
You know?
you know,
Yeah. Look at that.
salute to the Cougs.
Indiana right there.
Yes. I remember when this album came out, and "Hurt So Good" was the first song off that album, the first single, and that as a young or as a young teenager, I was, what is this about? I don't know. I didn't get that, but then Jack and Diane came out, and they had hand claps and everything. It's pretty cool. The hand claps weren't supposed to be in the final mix of the song, but they decided that the song just didn't work without them, and so they kept them in. So,
Little music trivia about me. I'm so musically challenged that it bothers me when people start to do the hand claps because I can't just do them. So I have to watch other people to try and time it right. If I just go off on my own and try and do it, I'm just completely clapping.
So it's really anything hand gesture wise. Is
Troubles.
World's worst gang member.
Yeah.
Severely arthritic or counting in fractions.
Right.
We're not sure, but
need to work on my dexterity. I don't know.
Then there's a shot of Amzie kneeling, crying in the rain.
That sounds like a song right there.
Yes.
And there's lots of stuff that can rhyme with Amzie.
Mm-hmm.
I think. Wait, I don't know. Amzie, Bamzie,
just
Bomamzie.
Think of like Dave Matthews. He makes anything rhyme with orange.
Yeah.
But nothing rhymes with hug me, apparently. All right. Mike, tell everybody where they can find you and your fantastic show on social media.
Monday nights, usually Monday nights, 7 p.m. Central or 8 p.m. Central. See, I'm all wrong. 8 p.m. Central on the YouTube, My Whiskey Den, the original My Whiskey Den, not the copycat person that's running around, but the original My Whiskey Den, talk about American craft whiskey and fun events.
Except no substitutes.
Yes.
And,
I want to learn more about this new My Whiskey Den. They might be cool people. I don't know.
It's just one guy, and I think he's gotten people the. You can go look it up. That's fine.
Yeah.
It's like,
if you're copying us and you have to change your name, which he did. He changed it slightly, so he added something to the end of it. If the bar is that low,
Now, what would be more impressive if at the end it just said no vodka?
He is the starship to My Whiskey Den's Jefferson airplane.
Exactly. Thank you very much.
Yeah, that dude's knee deep in the hoopla. I can tell you that.
Yeah.
Amzie, tell everybody again. Remind us about Bourbon on the Banks.
Always first Saturday in October. Tickets keep selling out earlier every year, so if it's something you're interested in coming to, you'll have a great time. Get your tickets early as soon as they go on sale. Come to Frankfurt, stay a few days, visit some distilleries in the area. It's a fun time.
Yep, absolutely a fun time. Bourbon Turntable, you can watch us on the YouTube. You can listen to us on podcasts. We have a Facebook page where we post all of our shows, including this one. Facebook group where we just throw out some nonsense every now and then. Links to cool things in music or whiskey, and you can join in on the fun there. So with all of that, gentlemen, cheers. Enjoy, next time you have a chili dog, we will think of each other.
Look forward to seeing you guys here in a couple weeks too. So
yeah,
absolutely looking forward to it. All right, thank you guys. Good night, everybody.
Night.